Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and to another reaction video. Today we are reacting to how the universe is way bigger than you think. I'm not gonna lie, the idea of space completely terrifies me, so let's see where this video goes.
This is Earth. You live here on this planet somewhere, and everything that you've ever known is located right here. But just how small exactly is Earth when compared to the scale of the entire universe? Let's start by zooming out to where we can see our nearest cosmic neighbor, the Moon. You may think that the Moon is very close to Earth since it dominates our night skies, but in reality the Moon isn't this close to our planet, it's actually about this far away. 384,400 kilometers away from you right now on average. You could fit 30 entire Earths in between
What?
this distance, and if you somehow were able to drive a car at a constant 100 kilometers per hour speed, it would take you about 160 days to drive the entire distance. Despite this incredible distance,
That's
however,
mad.
12 humans have actually set foot here, representing the furthest away that any individual human has ever been away from the Earth, and one of humanity's greatest achievements. This is what the Earth would look like from there if you were standing there with them, and if you wanted to communicate with somebody back at home, it would take a message about 2.5 seconds to travel between you and them, since that's how fast the speed of light can travel at.
That's way quicker than I thought it would be. I thought it would take like a minute or so, but no, that's actually pretty far. That's pretty fast. No, fair enough.
This is a photo that was taken on Mars, and that tiny dot that you see there is Earth as seen from the Martian surface.
Oh, that's
On
mad.
average, Mars is an incredible 225 million
Jeez.
kilometers away from Earth, but that distance can be as high
We've only gone
as
to Mars and already I'm like,
kilometers. That means that whenever humanity finally gets around to landing a human on the planet, that person will be 986 times further away from Earth than the astronauts who landed on the Moon were. In addition, the time delay for sending a message from Mars back to Earth isn't just 2.5 seconds, it's actually more like 20 minutes each direction.
Jesus
Render
Christ.
instant communication in the event of an emergency impossible. When we zoom out,
Couldn't call the fire service on Earth from Mars, could you? Oh man.
even further away, we can find the Voyager 1 space probe, which is the furthest away man-made object from Earth. It is currently located 138 AUs from the Earth.
That's the distance
AU
between
meaning
Earth and the
astronomical
sun,
unit,
isn't it?
The distance between the
Yeah.
Earth and the Sun, which means that Voyager 1 is 138 times further away from us than the Sun is. At some point on its long voyage,
Jesus.
Voyager 1 turned its camera around and took this photograph.
I've seen this
It may not
photo.
look like much at first, but in my opinion, this is the greatest
That's the
single
that
photograph
didn't.
ever taken
No, and
of
I've seen the quote as well. I think it was like Carl
this
Sagan did
tiny,
something.
pale blue dot is Earth, and I don't think that anybody has ever said something as amazing about this as Carl Sagan
Yeah.
said, "If you look at it, you see a dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever lived out their lives. The aggregate of all our joys and sufferings. Thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines. Every hunter and every forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilizations, every king and every peasant, every young couple in love, every hopeful child, every mother and every father, every inventor and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam."
Yeah,
Voyager 1 is
that's
currently
mad.
traveling at 17 kilometers every single second, but even at that speed, it won't break out of the reach of our solar system for another 30,000 years.
What? Oh. Imagine traveling. What did it say? 11 miles a second. And you. Oh no. Imagine traveling at 11 miles a second, but you know you won't get to somewhere for 30,000 years. Oh, that's tapped. That's actually tapped.
Once we
Oh
go
my
beyond
god.
the solar system, we arrive in our interstellar neighborhood. Here we shift to the light-year unit of measurement, which is the distance that light travels in a full Earth year, or about 9.461 trillion kilometers. The star Proxima Centauri here is the
My heart's
closest
beating
other
really
star to
fast
us
now.
other than our sun, but it's still 4.24 light years away from us. To put that into perspective, if it was heading in the right direction, it would still take Voyager 1 over 70,000 years to reach it. In other words, if you drove your car at 100 kilometers an
Wildly
hour
not to
like
scale.
our previous example to the moon, it would take over 6 times longer than the entire age of the universe is just to finally get there, and it
How is that even a thing? Oh. Sixth. Oh my. No, just keep going.
you arrive. When we zoom out even further, we can see the entire Milky Way galaxy, inside of which Earth is located right here. This yellow dot is the furthest extent of humanity's radio broadcasts throughout history, which means that any possible aliens who live outside of this range are totally unaware of humanity's presence. It's complete silence outside of this yellow dot as far as we are currently aware, but the entire galaxy spans over 100,000 light years from end to end. There are over 100 billion stars and over 100 billion planets inside of our galaxy. But you have never seen the full glory of the galaxy at night, because 99% of the stars that you can see with the naked eye are limited to this small, tiny region right here. But even this massive galaxy is nothing compared to the rest of what's out there. Zooming out even further, and we arrive at
It's still going.
galaxies, a collection of 54 different galaxies that is about 10 million light years across. But zooming out even further,
It's still going.
Virgo supercluster, of which the local group here is just a tiny segment of. There are at least 100 other groups of
Each
galaxies
star is.
just like
Oh
our
my
own
god.
galaxy inside of here, and the distance from one side to the other is a mind-numbing 110 million light years. But even the massive Virgo
Shit, I can't hear it.
supercluster
Hang on.
is nothing but a quiet and tiny lobe of the Great Laniakea supercluster, an enormous structure that is home to our galaxy as well as 100,000 other galaxies. The distance.
Wait, hang on. Corona. We beat your virus. We're out of it now.
To the other is 520 million light years, but from even there we can zoom out all
It's
the
still
way to
going.
the entire observable universe and see that even the titanic Laniakea supercluster is just a tiny and insignificant part of everything. This
And that's just all we can see.
contains everything that we know of. It is home to at least 2 trillion different and individual galaxies, which together contain more
What the
stars
hell?
than grains of sand on the entire
What the
Earth.
fuck?
From Earth to any side of the observable universe is 46.5 billion light years, which means that the entire width is 93 billion light years across. What's perhaps even more interesting, however, is what actually lies beyond the observable universe.
Yeah, because the light hasn't had time
Keep
to
in
reach
mind
us
that
yet, has
the
it?
observable universe is all that we can currently see, and it's entirely possible that the rest of the universe outside of it is vastly larger and more fantastic than we can possibly ever imagine. We simply don't know what else is out there, because the light from these incredibly distant places has not yet had enough time in the universe's history to reach us yet back on Earth. And the light from some places may never reach us at all. Because some parts of space very far away from Earth are expanding away from us
Yeah,
faster than the speed of
it just
light,
keeps going.
that means that the light from these places will never, in an infinite amount of time, reach Earth. Meaning that even if humanity is eternal and exists forever, there will still be an unknown number of places in the universe that we will never know about or ever see. So, it is very likely that as unbelievably enormous as it seems, the observable universe is just a tiny slice of what we can currently see of the entire universe. According to the theory of cosmic inflation that was proposed by Dr. Alan Guth, If it is assumed that cosmic inflation began at 10 to the negative 37th of a second after the Big Bang, and with the assumption that the size of the universe before inflation began was equal to its age times the speed of light, then this would seem to suggest that at the present day, the entire universe is 150 sextillion times larger than the observable universe. That number for reference looks like this, with this many zeros. Let this number sink in for just a moment. This would be similar to you thinking that the entire observable universe, everything that you could see, was the size of a light bulb, but then realizing that in reality the entire universe is larger than the former planet of Pluto. Imagine a light bulb in the center of Pluto, but we inside the light bulb were totally unaware that Pluto existed outside of it, and that's a similar situation to this. We are all so unbelievably small, but you shouldn't worry, because all that means is that there is so much left out there for us to discover together.
Do you know what annoys me most about that is that I will never know. Like I will never know what's out there, and I mean like we're still decades off sending like before humans get to Mars. Because I'm just looking out the window at the moment out at the sky, and I'm just like I will never know what's out there. I mean, space may. I'm not gonna lie, space completely terrifies me, but it's also one of the things that fascinates me most. And I will never know what's out there. To be honest, I don't think I'll live long enough to, like, before we meet aliens. It's like, you know, and like that's another thing, surely we can't be the only things that are here. That concept has ruined me. Part of me wishes I hadn't reacted to that video now. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. And if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you stay up to date on all future uploads. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.